There's something going on with real estate contracts that sellers need to be aware about. I'm going to tell you all about them. It's Take a Tip Tuesday. Hi, my name is Christina Smallhorn, your real estate whisperer, providing you the best real estate tips of the week. And this week, I want to talk to home sellers. If you have your house up for sale right now, you're about to get a contract in. And in that contract, on line 107 of the Louisiana purchase agreement, there's about the deposit. And some real estate agents are leaving that part blank. And there is some reasons why they're doing this. And I'm going to tell you the reasons why they're doing this and why this is not necessarily a good thing for you. I'm going to get into it right now, so let's not wait any longer. First things first, what is an earnest money deposit? Well, that is the amount of money that someone is willing to put down on your house to hold it off the market while they go through their inspection period. This can be as little as $500, and I've seen them go all the way up to about $3,000 to $4,000, depending on the price of the home. One reason real estate agents are giving for not collecting these deposit checks is the way that the purchase agreement reads now is that buyers can pretty much do just about anything and still get their money back, which leaves a lot of home sellers scratching their head on why is it that I can't get the money, and it leaves buyers with no remorse for canceling the contract in the first place. The way it works now is if you bought a house and you put $1,000 down and you go through the inspection period, your 10-day inspection period, and you still want to purchase the house, now you're 10 days into contract. Then you have the appraisal and the appraisal comes back fine. And then you get to about 30 days in and you're about to close and your buyer A loses his job or C, his financing falls through, the buyer still can retain the deposit check. Why isn't that deposit doesn't go back to the seller is beyond me. But if that can change, and there is some ways that you can protect yourself. So I'm going to tell you about those in just a minute. Another selfish reason that real estate agents are saying that they don't want to collect these deposit checks is that it has become a hassle. So again, the way the purchase agreement reads now, the deposit check doesn't actually have to physically be at the office within 72 hours. So the buyer goes ahead and has their home inspection. The home inspection doesn't do well. And in the meantime, the broker that holds the check has only deposited the check about maybe an hour earlier. And now they've canceled their purchase agreement and they want their money back. Well, we have to wait for that money to get seasoned into those non-interest bearing accounts before we can actually physically give the check back to the buyer's agent. Again, making buyers extremely frustrated because they want their money back because they want to buy the next house. And it makes listing agents pretty frustrated too because of the fact that we had to wait so long to get the check in the first place. Just another reason why people want to leave them off the purchase agreement, but I'm telling you, it's a bad idea. And one more reason why a lot of real estate agents don't want to collect these deposit checks is the amount of money is less and less. What it typically should be is about 1% of the purchase price, but most of the time we get these contracts and they say about $500. And I'm thinking in my head, $500 for a $300,000 house isn't enough. But for some reason, we're not counter offering these deposit amounts because people keep saying they're worthless. I'm telling you this, they're not worthless. They still mean something, and I'm gonna explain to you why in just a second. If I represent the buyer when they're purchasing a house, I try to write it for as little as possible because I want as little of money coming out of my buyer's pocket as possible. And in the market that we live in now, the housing market now, we don't have a big bidding war. So of course I would up that deposit if we were in some kind of bidding battle between agents and everything. But right now there's plenty of houses on the market for a buyer to put at least $500 down, which doesn't seem like a lot. But if I represent the seller, I'm requiring a lot more. And here's the reason why. Just recently, I had a house that had been listed for quite a while. And the reason why I was on the market for so long is the buyers were changing lenders. And when they did the extension, I said in the extension, you can only have this one extension, this one time only. If you're not able to purchase the house at the end of the purchase agreement time frame, you lose your deposit. So sure enough, they were not able to obtain financing, and my seller was able to collect that money. But the way that the purchase agreement reads, if I hadn't written it that way, they would have gotten their money back. And this is how we're supposed to be representing our sellers. If you are a seller right now and you're about to get a purchase agreement, make sure you pay attention to part 107. and make sure that the amount of money for a deposit is something that's suitable for the price of your home. And insist that your real estate agent put in some kind of addendum or a counteroffer saying that the deposit is non-refundable after appraisal. So that way you're protected. If anything happens with your contract after that appraisal process, you're still entitled to that amount of money. That way you can recoup the costs of your mortgage payments or anything else while your home was off the market. If your listing agent is unwilling to do this, then I suggest you find yourself another real estate agent. Next week, I'm going to be talking to you about naked ownership. I know it sounds pretty provocative, but it's not as scary as you think. And I'm going to tell you what that means here in Louisiana. So make sure you subscribe now so you don't miss that video. It's going to be really good. And if you'd want to ask me some more questions about buying and selling your home, or even about deposits or naked ownership, you could always email me at info@yourrealestatewhisperer.com. My name is Christina Smallhorn, your real estate whisperer, and I tell you all this because you matter. And make sure you're collecting those deposit checks.